Hey everyone, welcome back to your favorite pirate crew. Today we are going to talk about Luffy being recognized as the god of giants. If you would like to see more about One Piece in our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our pirate crew. Pirates, before we continue with the video, I ask that you already subscribe to our channel. That way you will join our pirate crew and earn a devil fruit or master your favorite hockey. It would also help our crew a lot if you leave your thumbs up on today's video, so together we can become Yonkos. Now let's continue with today's video. O'Hara's presence in One Piece's story has become gloriously larger with the last few chapters focusing on the place and on Vegapunk. Thanks to this, we find out that the giants still live, including Saul, and that much of the books and knowledge has been saved. But even so, there are still many mysteries involving the giants that could not be solved. After all, what could that big straw hat that is with Sama be? Would it be connected to the giants? What do Joy Boy and Luffy have to do with all this? Let's talk about all of this in today's video. This year has been a very good one for the One Piece franchise. The anime is doing very well, a new movie has premiered, Luffy's Gear 5 has finally been revealed, and the final saga of the series has officially begun. Exciting as all of this is, it is still quite peculiar how many mysteries remain unsolved. At the end of Wano, a lot of information was revealed. Luffy's devil fruit powers never came from the Paramecia type Gomu Gomu no Mi, but rather from the mythical Zoan fruit, Hito Hito no Mi, model, Nika. Even crazier, these sun god powers were also used by the legendary Lost Century figure, Joy Boy, and Luffy was supposed to be his second coming. Unfortunately, very little information beyond that has been officially revealed, although a new theory has emerged that not only fills in many gaps still present, but also manages to connect and explain another long-standing mystery, the will of the DS. Although not much is known about him, Joy Boy is apparently one of the most important characters in One Piece's history. The first time he was mentioned was during the Island of Fishmen arc, after Nico Robin read a message inscribed on a poneglyph. The message detailed a promise between him and the resident of Fishman Island, one that he was apparently forced to break. He was supposed to help bring the residents to the surface through the use of the ancient weapon Poseidon in the ark, Noah, but was unable to keep it for an unknown reason. Poneglyph apologizes to the fishmen and promises that someone in the future will come to fulfill the promise he made to them. There was also another message on a different, unnamed island that prophesied that Joy Boy's return would happen 800 years after the Lost Century, coincidentally, the same time Luffy began his journey. This was confirmed during Odin's flashback, when Roger stated that he and his team arrived at Laugh Tale very early after reading a message left there by the first Joy Boy. However, it seems that the time has come, for according to Zunesha, the giant elephant holding the nation of Zou on his back, Joy Boy officially returned when Luffy awakened his devil fruit, unlocking Gear 5. The D clan is a mysterious group of people that exist within the world of One Piece. What signifies them is the rare initial D in their names, setting them apart from most people in One Piece. Only a handful of them have been revealed so far, but each seems to share some characteristics, making them even more peculiar. As stated during the Dressrosa arc, those with the initial carry something known as will. For some reason or another, this makes them direct enemies of the gods, in this case, the heavenly dragons. Based on observations made by the world government and the navy, those who carry the initial D often cause trouble for them and become their enemies. Interestingly enough, Luffy declared war on the world government during Enies Lobby, as did Marshal D. Teach during Marineford. Rox D. Zebek attempted to take over the world and overthrow the world government by directly attacking the celestial dragons. Monkey D. Dragon, Luffy's father, is also considered the world's worst criminal, and is the leader of the Revolutionary Army. The most famous member with this initial was probably Roger, the man who would conquer the Grand Line and become the Pirate King. Even when they work for the Marines, those with the initial D become troublesome. Marine Vice Admiral Monkey D. Garp has no love for the celestial dragons and frequently and openly berates them, even turning down promotions to the rank of Admiral because he would have to work directly with them. Jaguar D. Saul is another great example, who defected from the Marines after he learned that they were planning to conduct a buster call on the island of O'Hara. He went out of his way to protect the island, but died in the process. Coincidentally, Saul and all the other members of the D clan died with smiles on their faces, as can be seen with Roger and his wife and son, Porgas D Rouge and Porgas D Ace. This new theory states that the will of the D and Joy Boy are directly connected, which would actually make a lot of sense. Considering that Joy Boy directly opposed the world government, the D clan would also oppose them, as it is run by the Celestial Dragons. The theory states that the initial D is an abbreviation for Dawn Pirates, a crew supposedly led by Joy Boy. While there has never been any confirmation of a group known as Dawn Pirates, it would not be impossible for them to exist during the Void Century. Those who carry the D in their names are theoretically direct descendants of Joy Boy and his crew, which would explain what the will of the D means. The current members of the D clan could have inherited the will to fight them, even centuries later. Interestingly, the theory also brings up Jaguar D, Saul specifically, tying it all together even more. It states that Joy Boy's real name was Jaguar Binks and that he was a giant from Elbaf. While the theory uses the fact that the names Joy Boy and Jaguar Binks have initials as part of its reasoning, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The theory posits that the giant straw hat in Marie Joy's used to belong to Joy Boy, which would explain its significance, as well as statements made by characters about Luffy and his own straw hat. The final proof it gives, specifically, why his name would be Jaguar Binks, is that the song Binks Sake is directly about Joy Boy. Giant Straw Hat is very peculiar, so it would make sense that it was kept as a sort of trophy or reminder of the world government defeating Joy Boy, although at the very least it implies that it was something that had to be worn by a giant. The only giant with the initial D so far has been Sol, which may have a much greater meaning than the story had previously revealed. It also makes sense that Elbaf would have some ties to the Old Kingdom and Joy Boy, since they don't seem to be affiliated with the world government, any more than Wana is. Along with the significance of the song Binks Sake to the pirates, it would also not be hard to believe that Jaguar Binks really was Joy Boy's name. Obviously, since this is just a fan theory, all of this must be taken with a grain of salt. That said, it does offer some satisfying explanations for many currently unsolved mysteries. The will of the D, being directly related to Joy Boy and his hypothetical pirate crew, would also answer some questions very well. While this aspect of the theory relies heavily on the idea that this crew would be called the Dawn Pirates, it is not impossible that the crew was named that or anything else beginning with a D. Even if this is not true, the series still strongly implied that Joy Boy was a giant, giving at least some credence to this theory. Could it really be possible that in the past there was some sort of Joy Boy who was a giant? Hence the presence of the big straw hat and its mark beyond generations. Could it be something worn by him or as a mark of his presence within people? It would be quite interesting if eventually, when we get the Elbaf, Luffy, Joy Boy arc, the straw hat and all these connections make sense, that the theories about an ancient giant Joy Boy could be true, and maybe, considering the way things are going, that Luffy could be decorated as some sort of descendant of this ancient giant Joy Boy, becoming an important figure for that race. Or better yet, he could even be as a god to the giants who still live and fight against the world government. But what about it? Would you like to see Luffy with such a title? Do you think it would be nice to see him with such power and responsibility in his hands? Let us know in the comments what you think about the theories involving all these elements. That's it, my Straw Hat Pirate. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions for a video, don't forget to comment below, because I'll be reading them all as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your pirate crew.